Hi everyone, David Palermo here, the real estate guy, and in today we have Shop Local, and we're focusing on Carlisle Iga with the most recent proposal that the Carlisle site will be demolished and replaced with the petrol station, a Hungry Jack's and a 7-Eleven. So I decided to have a chat with the staff and family who run the local Carlisle Iga, and we've got Teresa Tai and we've got Andrew. Welcome aboard, guys. Thank you. Now, recently, I'm sure you're very aware, there's been a proposal to knock down and redevelop this site. Can you tell me a little bit about how long your family has been at Carlisle Iga running the store?
So we've had the store since I was 12, which was about 14, 15 years ago. And we've been here ever since.
Okay, so about 14, 15 years ago. Now, Andrew, you're part of the staff here, and how long have you been here?
I've been here for 10 years, Dave.
10 years, and was that your first job?
First job.
Okay, and are you a local?
Yes, I am. Just live down the road.
Okay, so it's one of those places that really has been sort of the first jobs for a lot of teenagers in the area. And I think that's the reason why you've actually got a lot of support on the Carlisle Facebook page, as well as your own Save IGA page, which has been set up by a local by the name of Rhonda. Now, that page has led to a lot of people coming down and signing a petition. So can you give me a little bit of a background behind that petition and what you're trying to achieve?
So about 2 weeks ago on a Friday, one of our customers that just lives down Satellite Place came in and brought a letter saying, stating the proposal, which we didn't even know about, and he actually gave it to us and he was like, "Are you guys aware?" And we actually didn't know of what the actual proposal was because there was no sign up. So our first initial finding of this proposal was from him, and he gave us the letter. We photocopied it. As soon as we found out, we started a petition because that's what we did with the Dan Murphys that was proposed to come here. And yeah, we've just learnt that a lot of customers, the local customers of our area, not everyone got the letter. So we've actually photocopied it, left it at the checkout for people to take home. People have just been really shocked about the proposal.
It's interesting when I first put the information out on the Carlisle Facebook page, which would have been about 2 weeks ago when you got the letter as well, that there was heaps of support for you, and a lot of that support was based on locals who perhaps don't have access to public or to cars but use public transport more, that this is their local shop, and by removing this store wouldn't be really good for the community. So Andrew, are there any other places that sort of rely on you heavily, or any other types of people in the community that rely on you heavily for their local shopping?
Yes, we have a lot of customers that actually have nowhere else to go. They live locally down the road. This is actually the only shop they can actually physically get to. Some of them don't have transport. They don't have enough money really to go to take buses and trains, and they can't physically carry all the shopping they need to do back to their houses and things like that. Okay,
and Teresa, you mentioned that there was a local community group as well that also use their services quite a lot.
There's a nursing home, disability nursing home, just behind BP. They actually have an account with us where they actually buy all their daily groceries that they need for their clients. We also have about 11 other local businesses such as engineering firms, accounting firms, and a few other delis, lunch bars down the road that actually get their items from us.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, it seems like the reason to keep the store because it's a local shop is not going to be enough to sort of reject the application that's going through for planning. What are some of the other issues that we can sort of focus on and the community can get behind, to reject the application that's gone through?
I think the biggest one is the traffic congestion. If anyone has driven during peak hour along Orrong and Archer, the traffic is banked up all the way 5 streets down from Archer Street. There's actually a bus stop just outside our store that stops every 15 minutes. That also causes more traffic. The oncoming traffic onto Orrong. Orrong's already probably one of WA's most congested roads. Do we really need more traffic onto that? Even exiting our car park onto Orrong Road can take you a couple of minutes sometimes.
Okay. So there has been a lot of support for the Carlisle Iga, and the Facebook page has proved that you've had a lot of people supporting you, but there's also been a few comments that the store really needs a little bit of an upgrade and perhaps a bit of a freshening up. Can you tell us some of the reasons behind why that hasn't happened yet?
So we actually haven't had a lease for the last 6 years. We've been working on a month-by-month lease, and to anyone, would you really want to fix up a store and not know when you're going to get kicked out? If we're only here for the next month, if we're spending all this money on fixing everything up and just get kicked out, that's completely ludicrous to us. We've actually done a lot of changes since we've come here 15 years ago. The complete layout of the store has changed. We've kind of redone our fruit and veg. We've just done little changes that we can that aren't going to really affect us if we do get kicked out too much.
Yeah, so without having a long-term lease, it really doesn't make too much sense to spend a lot of money upgrading fridges and furnishings in the building. So it really is one of those things that for those of you who've made the comments about it needs a bit of an upgrade, it really is tough to commit that money without having a long-term lease in place. So Andrew, if someone wants to come down and sign your petition and be in support for keeping the Carlisle IGA, what can they do?
They can come into the store, sign the petitions. We have 3 sitting on the checkout. There's also 1 online as well.
So if you want to have your say on the Save the Carlisle IGA situation at the moment, make sure you do it in writing. You can visit the Town of Vic Park's website, which is victoriapark.wa.gov.au, or you can even send them an email, which is admin@vicpark.wa.gov.au. I'm Dave Palermo from the Carlisle page, and these are the team from Carlisle IGA. Let's try and save them by putting in the submission. Thanks, guys.